Hello everyone and welcome to Fiesta de la Garza, Friends of the Verde River's annual celebration of all of you who have done so much for the Verde River. It's December, so it's awards season, but it's 2020 and so we're bringing Fiesta de la Garza to you virtually. I hope all of you are having a healthy and safe holiday season. I'm Nancy Steele, Executive Director of Friends of the Verde River. And first up, I'm going to turn the camera over to Isaac.
Hello everyone, my name is Isaac Dudley. Today I have the honor of giving several different awards. The first one it will be our Verde Conservation Partner of the Year Award, which will go to a local business that has shown incredible support for a healthy Verde River. The Verde Conservation Partners are a group of dedicated businesses that pool their collective resources to support a healthy Verde and get work done. So this year, I'm proud to announce that the award for Verde Conservation Partner of the Year will go to Coldwell Banker Mayberry for their incredible support over this very difficult year. So thank you so much for everything that you've done. Now, one thing that the Verde Conservation Partners do is they make it possible for friends to have a small grant program. And so right now I'm going to announce the awardees for our small grants for projects happening in the year 2021. The first of our small grants will be awarded to the Verde River Institute for their River Ranger program. This project will serve to educate and inform visitors to the Verde River in Clarkdale how to recreate safely and be good stewards of the Verde River. The second project that will be funded is improvements to the Verde River Nature Preserve in the Verde Village Property Owners Association. So thank you very much to both of you for your proposals. The third project that we will be funding this year is the construction of a mountain bike track at the Mountain View Preparatory School to be used by students. This project was proposed by the Verde Valley Wheel Fund. So thank you to all of those organizations that applied for funding this year. We had a lot of really incredible projects and we were not able to fund them all. So thank you everyone, thank you to all of our supporting businesses, and thank you to everyone watching today.
Do you know where your water comes from? It comes from beneath our feet, the so-called groundwater. And do you know where the water that fills up the Verde River comes from? It also comes from underground, the groundwater, all the way up to Chino Valley and the springs and seeps that come down from the San Francisco peaks, all of that water that comes from underground up into the river to keep it flowing. While groundwater can be a renewable resource, here in Arizona, we often use more groundwater, pump more water out of the ground than is being replenished. And a surprisingly large number of Arizonans think that we don't even have 50 years of water supply. But there's hope. And because of that hope, that's why we started River Friendly Living. River Friendly Living inspires a culture of voluntary river conservation. We support and recognize those who strive to protect the river at their homes and businesses. Our next presenter will be giving the award to a business that has embodied a culture of river-friendly living. Max?
I first met John and Ben Bassus of Tierra Verde Builders about a year and a half ago. And I won't lie, I think they were a little nervous at the first meeting we had together. A common friend had gotten us together and said, you know, I think you should meet Friends of the Verde River. They might be able to help you with your work. And we talked about a lot at that first meeting. Mostly what we wanted this community to look like. That in the end, a Camp Verde without the Verde didn't make a whole lot of sense. And so we decided to work together on trying to figure out what a way forward for all of us would be. A way where our community can continue to grow and thrive, but the river can continue to flow. And the end result of that discussion is behind us here today. This is Rio Verde Plaza, a building that has been designed from the ground up to keep the river flowing, to keep it flowing clean, clear water. In all told, at the end of this project being done, hundreds of thousands of gallons of water a year that wouldn't have otherwise been in the river will be going into the ground to keep those aquifers safe and healthy. And we could not have done that without the help of the Tierra Verde Builders, Ben and John Bassus. It's an absolute pleasure here today to give out the very first inaugural award for River Friendly Partner of the Year. These are going to go to our partners who we think are doing the most that they can possibly do to keep this river flowing. This program would not exist without John and Ben. They have been critical to the inception of it, the ideas behind it, the goals of trying to establish a way that we can know that development and growth can continue to happen, but keep the river flowing overall. And for that reason, it's really a pleasure today to be able to give this award to Tierra Verde Builders, John and Ben Bassus.
Hi, I'm Ben Bassus with Tierra Verde Builders. Thank you, Max, for the award. We couldn't be more honored to receive this award. As a residential and commercial contractor, there's usually some conflict between development and conservation, whereas we're very excited now to be able to put the two together. I was born and raised in Camp Verde. I've played in the river, fished in the river, kayaked the river my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to do my part as a builder, and my profession is keeping the flows flowing in the Verde River, helping out wildlife using native plants, and doing our part to better the Verde River.
My name is John Bassus. I'm with Tierra Verde Builders. 23 years ago when we started the company, we had no dream that we would be at this point partnering with great organizations like Friends of the Verde River. For years and years, development and good conservation were at odds with each other, and I kind of grew up in that environment. And when we had a chance to meet Max, I was first apprehensive about it, but after that first meeting, after about 10 minutes into the first meeting, I knew that it was going to be a partnership that would be forged, that would last a lifetime. I've had the great privilege of transferring the business to Ben, who you met earlier, and how he's embraced this idea of mutual partnership. And I'm so thrilled that we're able to do this venture together, and we trust that there'll be many other ventures that we can do together. Part of the legacy that I want to leave is leaving Camp Verde in a better condition than when I arrived 33 years ago. So thanks again for this opportunity. We are honored as a business.
Not only does the Verde supply drinking water to people in metropolitan Phoenix, it's also a paradise for wildlife. Over 220 species of birds breed in, nest in, and live in the riparian forests that line the Verde River. Over 90 species of mammals and 75 species of reptiles and amphibians also call this place home. Protecting the Verde and restoring the habitat here is one of the core values of Friends of the Verde River, and we do it for the wildlife. Tracy?
Hi, I'm Tracy Stevens, Habitat Restoration Manager with Friends of the Verde River. Our Restoring Habitat program works to restore riparian habitats for wildlife and people throughout the Verde River system. Some of the biggest threats to the Verde include invasive plants, habitat degradation, and poor water quality. In order to address those concerns, in 2009, a group of river advocates came together to form the Verde Watershed Restoration Coalition. Since 2009, the Verde Watershed Restoration Coalition has worked to restore habitat by removing invasive plants, address accelerating erosion in our gully systems throughout the watershed, and is now starting a water quality assessment program. We also work with volunteers throughout the watershed. With the coalition, one of our strengths is the variety of people involved. We work with 25 agency partners and have also involved over 230 private landowners in our projects. With that strength of all of our different partners, we're fortunate to have a wealth of knowledge and a variety of experiences to bring to the table. I'm excited today to present the ViewWork Agency Partner of the Year Award to Tom Runyon. Tom's the hydrologist on the Red Rock Ranger District for the Coconino National Forest and has been involved in our Verde Watershed Restoration Coalition projects, including accelerated erosion projects to reduce accelerated erosion in Deer Run Springs, Wiki Up Mesa near Camp Verde, and also working on our Gully Busters community science program to include community scientists to map accelerated erosion projects and identify new areas that we can address to improve the water quality and watershed conditions throughout the Verde River watershed. Tom, thanks so much for your great partnership and all of your efforts throughout the watershed. We're so thrilled that we get the chance to work with you, and congratulations on your award.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Tracy. You know, it's an honor working with people that are part of the Friends of the Verde River. And the organization has done so much to bring attention to this absolutely precious and threatened resource. And not only are you guys really the principal people behind VWork, motivating all of these agencies to come together, but pulling together the teams of people that can go out and do this invasive and noxious weed treatment. And we've been partnering with you for many years on that. And it's really fulfilling to see our partnerships growing and expanding into this issue about accelerated erosion in the form of gullies that are expanding still actively expanding throughout the Verde River watershed. And I'm very much looking forward to us starting to tackle some of these problems. And you guys successfully getting that grant to pursue the citizen science for mapping where these gullies are and trying to come up with a prioritization for where we want to tackle these problems first and foremost is just a wonderful contribution to the whole Verde River watershed. So it's an honor, and thank you very much, Tracy.
Thanks, Tom. It's really fantastic to work with you. We appreciate so much all of your efforts.
In addition to restoring the habitat along the beautiful ribbon of green on the Verde River, we also focus some of our efforts on upland habitats. And there, one of the big problems is sediment erosion. The sediment that erodes from the landscape not only creates gullies, it also robs our aquifers of water, and it puts sediment into the river, reducing visibility in the river itself and causing problems downstream. Our next award, we're going to talk about gully busters. Elaine?
Hi, I'm Elaine. I'm the Habitat Restoration Program Coordinator with Friends of the Verde River. I coordinate work that's decided on by the Verde Watershed Restoration Coalition. A major focus of that work is on erosion control, and Gully Busters is a new project that we're working on to engage community scientists in mapping erosion problems throughout the Red Rock Ranger District. This award is for the Private Landowner of the Year. Another large part of my job is engaging with private landowners. We have great private landowners throughout the Verde Valley. This year, we had the pleasure of working with Bill and Bobby Sparrow on their property to remove giant reed. It was a great project, and we're very thankful for their partnership with us.
Our next award is for Volunteer of the Year. Volunteers give so much to the Verde River, and we couldn't do what we do here without them. Here to present the Volunteer of the Year award is Keegan.
For a little over a decade, Friends of the Verde River was operated solely by a group of volunteers. Throughout the years, staff members emerged, but the backbone will always be volunteers. They pick up trash, they restore the habitat, they help at events, and they help fundraise to sustain us. To every volunteer helping to keep the Verde Purdy, thank you. In the midst of a pandemic, there was one volunteer who stood apart from the rest. This volunteer accomplished so much, including carrying water buckets to 20 cottonwood trees planted at a riparian restoration site each week from April through September. This person designed the logo for a new program called Gully Busters, and this person assisted with restoration monitoring projects by taking after photos at various sites. Ryan Hudson, you are our 2020 Volunteer of the Year, and it's an honor to give you this small token of our appreciation at Fiesta de la Garza.
Thank you for this award. It means so much to me. I grew up out here on the Verde River and on its tributaries, swimming and kayaking my whole life, so keeping it purdy is a passion of mine, and it has been for a really long time. It's a huge honor. It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Melanie Miles, and I am very excited to share with you some information about the upcoming events that we can look forward to for 2021. Of course, with COVID still being on the rise, we are trying our best to keep our community members safe while at the same time provide outlets for everyone to engage and of course learn about the Verde River. The first event that we can look forward to will be our Wild and Scenic Film Festival taking place at the end of January. This event will be completely virtual and will be able to be viewed from the comfort of your own home. Next, we will look forward to our Verde River runoff, which this year will be a virtual event extended the entire month of March, and we will be encouraging anyone anywhere in the world to get out and paddle in honor of Friends of the Verde River. And then, of course, in April, we will be hosting our Verde Valley Birding and Nature Festival. This event has been going on for 20 years, and this year will be held as a hybrid event, including online webinars, virtual workshops, Q&A with professionals, as well as some private small group tours. None of these events would ever have been made possible without the hard work and dedication of my predecessor, Laura Jones, and I am very honored to be able to present the video of Nancy giving Laura the Boots on the Bank Award for 2020.
I am honored to give Laura Jones the 2020 Boots on the Bank Award in recognition of her 8 years of service to Friends of the Verde River and keeping the Verde River healthy and flowing. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Nancy. This is an honor and this is lovely, I have to say. One of my other passions is art, so this is very exciting to have a piece of art made by a local artist for this award. It's been a wonderful 8 years, and I'll continue to do this work for the river. It is one of the things that makes our community whole. It's one of the things that makes our community unique, and it's one of the things that makes the state of Arizona great. So I'm very honored to get this award, and my love for the Verde River will continue forward. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. Our final award, the President's Award, is coming up soon. But before that, Keegan has some really big news that I'm really excited about. Keegan?
Happy Fiesta de la Garza. I have some amazing news to deliver to you today. Our board of directors have contributed $30,000 towards Friends' first ever year-end match challenge. That means every donation you give, big or small, will be doubled. That's double the impact, double the support, double the holiday love.
And now our final award of the year is the President's Award. This award, as its name suggests, is selected by our board of directors. Here to present the award is our past president, Chip Norton, and our current president, Jenny O'Callahan.
You know, it's a great honor to be part of presenting the President's Award for 2020 to Mayor Charlie German of Camp Verde. You know, over the last decade, Charlie has done so much to do two really important things that support river conservation. One, he really helped bring a lot of people together to recognize the value of the Verde River. And two, he worked hard to improve the economy in Camp Verde, because it's very difficult for conservation efforts to succeed in areas where people are underemployed. And I think working both of those things simultaneously and then integrating them was something that I am so thankful that Charlie was able to do. Now I'm going to introduce Jenny O'Callahan, the current president of Friends of Verde River.
Charlie is a pretty cool guy. I heard him speak last year at the State of the Watershed Conference, and I was inspired by his love of the land, his history and connection to Camp Verde and to this river. He swam in this river as a child, and now he may wade in this river as an adult. But he is a dedicated person to know that healthy communities and healthy rivers must go together. It is my honor to give this award, the President's Award for Friends of the Verde River, to Charlie German.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chip and Jenny. I appreciate the award, and I want to say good afternoon. And thank you very much for the honor of receiving recognition for working with others in keeping our river healthy and flowing. I've spent some time over the past few days of what I might say about the Verde River. Rather than share some of my personal memories about the river and my growing up in Camp Verde, I thought I would share what it might take to achieve a river that will flow far into the future. First, it is how important for the organized groups like the Friends of the Verde River to continue interacting with people about the importance of the river, its impact on our lives, and how through researching ways to better manage and utilize our water resources. We cannot go back to what the river used to be. However, we can certainly be smarter about how we allocate, use, and store water for our needs and uses. We cannot reverse 10 to 20 years of drought in 1 or 2 summer monsoon seasons. However, we can certainly plan for better storage and recharging our aquifers with effective management of the monsoon rains. It is also extremely important to continue the research about how landowners utilize and understand their water claims and rights. It will take exposure and agreeing to adopt newer, realistic legal uses and management methodologies. There must be opportunities for landowners with water use rights to implement various methods of water conservation and utilization without fear of losing their water rights. Education is essential to everyone who wishes to understand the path to preservation of our free-flowing Verde River. It is imperative to continue the planning and dissemination of educational information to every potential property owner and water user, which will assist in their understanding of the water terminologies utilized in the management of water rights in Arizona. While I'm extremely honored with this recognition, it is my hope that others will continue what has begun and will work to bring forth new methods and technologies to show how we continue to live in such a magnificent area and preserve the river within the green belt which gives us our name, the Verde Valley. May the Verde River continue to flow as we all see the needs and seek solutions for the future of those who will follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being who you are, a river hero, throughout this difficult year of 2020. And thanks to all of our awardees for being the special people that they are. After watching this presentation of awards and our virtual Fiesta de la Garza, I hope you consider making a donation, even a larger one this year, to Friends of the Verde River, because as you've just heard, every donation will be doubled by a generous match from our board of directors. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for being a river hero.